In a world teetering on the brink, where shadows loom and legends awaken, Pikachu stands as the unlikely beacon of hope. Thrust into a race against darkness, this electrifying hero embarks on a perilous quest for an ancient artifact, the only key to averting disaster. Alongside a band of courageous companions, Pikachu faces trials that test their mettle, bonds, and the very essence of bravery. Can hope outshine despair? Will courage overcome fear? In this heart-stopping adventure, every step is a battle, every victory a closer step to salvation or ruin. Join Pikachu in a gripping journey where destiny calls, friendships are forged in fire, and the heart's light challenges the encroaching night. The fate of the Pokemon world hangs by a thread. Will it hold? Chapter 1, The Call to Adventure. In the heart of Pallet Town, under the soft glow of the setting sun, Pikachu stood atop a gentle hill, gazing out over the peaceful expanse. The air was filled with the serene chirps of Pidgey and the distant rustle of leaves, a testament to the quiet life that had always been. Yet, within Pikachu's electrically charged heart, there stirred a sense of longing, a yearning for something beyond the familiar boundaries of home. As the stars began to pepper the twilight sky, a mysterious figure approached. Cloaked in the shadows of the approaching night, it was a wise Alakazam, known throughout the land for its psychic abilities and profound knowledge. With a gentle voice, it spoke of an ancient prophecy, a tale of the artifact of Arceus, an object of immense power said to uphold the balance of the Pokemon world. But whispers had spread of dark forces, led by the nefarious Team Rocket, seeking to claim the artifact for their own sinister purposes. Pikachu listened intently, each word igniting a spark of determination within. The thought of such power falling into the wrong hands was unthinkable. The artifact, if wielded by evil, could bring about an era of darkness and chaos unseen for millennia. The decision was swift and resolute. Pikachu would embark on a quest to find the artifact before it could be captured by those with malice in their hearts. The next morning, with the dawn casting a golden hue over Pallet Town, Pikachu set out to gather allies. First to join was Bulbasaur, the seed Pokemon, whose knowledge of ancient lore and nature's whispers made him an invaluable navigator. Charmander came next, the flame Pokemon, whose fiery tail and spirited heart burned with the desire for adventure and battle. Lastly, Squirtle, the water Pokemon, whose calm demeanor and quick wit promised to be the glue that would hold them together in times of strife. Together, they prepared for the journey ahead, equipping themselves with the necessary provisions and sharing a moment of solidarity under the boughs of an ancient oak that had witnessed countless farewells. As they set off, Pikachu couldn't help but feel the weight of the task ahead, tempered by the unbreakable bond of friendship that now linked them. Their first obstacle came sooner than expected. A dense forest lay between them and the mountains of Sinnoh, its paths twisted and fraught with peril. Within its depths, they encountered a swarm of Beedrill, agitated and fiercely protective of their territory. The team worked in unison, Bulbasaur using his vines to create barriers, Charmander scaring off the swarm with controlled bursts of flame, and Squirtle navigating the team through the safest paths with his keen instincts. Pikachu, with his quick reflexes, led the charge, weaving through the barrage of stingers with electrifying agility. As they emerged from the forest, their spirits lifted by the victory, they were met with the awe-inspiring sight of the mountains stretching toward the sky, their peaks shrouded in clouds. It was a moment of profound clarity for Pikachu and his friends, a realization of the vastness of their world and the small yet significant part they played in its destiny. That night, as they camped under the stars, Pikachu shared his thoughts with his companions. We can't let the artifact fall into the wrong hands. Let's show them the power of friendship and courage. The others nodded in agreement, their resolve strengthened by Pikachu's words. As they settled down to rest, their hearts were filled with anticipation for the adventures that lay ahead, knowing that together they could face any challenge. And so, under the watchful gaze of the stars, Pikachu and his team embarked on their quest, unaware of the trials and tribulations that awaited them, but united by a common cause. The journey for the artifact of Arceus had begun. Chapter 2: Trials and Teamwork. As dawn broke over the rugged landscapes of the Sinnoh region, Pikachu and his team ventured into the dense, uncharted forests that lay like a verdant sea beneath the towering mountains. The air was thick with the scent of pine and the earthy musk of the forest floor, a stark contrast to the clear, crisp air of Pallet Town. This new terrain, with its hidden dangers and untold secrets, promised a test of their resolve and unity. The first challenge did not take long to present itself. A river, swollen with the recent rains, blocked their path, its currents swift and treacherous. Squirtle stepped forward, confidence in his eyes. With a nod from Pikachu, he dove into the waters, his blue shell cutting through the currents like a ship's prow through waves. Moments later, he signaled from the opposite bank, having secured a sturdy vine with which the team could cross. One by one, they made their way over the river, a feat that would have been insurmountable alone, but together was merely the first hurdle of many. As they pressed on, the team's camaraderie was further solidified when they stumbled upon a clearing where a group of wild Pokemon gathered, terrorized by a marauding Ursaring. The bear Pokemon's mighty roars echoed through the forest, a declaration of its dominion. Pikachu, seeing the fear in the eyes of the gathered Pokemon, knew they could not simply pass by. With a strategic glance shared among the team, they sprang into action. Charmander dashed forward first, drawing the Ursaring's attention with a fiery display, while Bulbasaur used his vines to pull the smaller Pokemon to safety. Pikachu, charged with electricity, darted around the Ursaring, delivering quick strikes to distract it, as Squirtle prepared for the final blow. With precision, Squirtle unleashed a powerful water gun, targeting the Ursaring's legs, causing it to slip and tumble. Seizing the moment, Pikachu delivered a thunderbolt, not to harm, but to assert their strength. The Ursaring, recognizing a formidable force, retreated, leaving the clearing in peace. The grateful Pokemon of the clearing, led by a wise Torterra, thanked their rescuers. In return for their bravery, Torterra shared ancient tales of the region, including whispers of hidden paths that went through the mountains, paths that could lead them closer to their goal. As they departed, the team felt a renewed sense of purpose, understanding more deeply the impact of their journey beyond their own quest. The path Torterra had revealed led them to the edge of the forest, where the ground began to rise towards the mountains. Here, the team encountered their next trial, a vast chasm that split the earth, its other side promising passage through the mountains. It was here that Team Rocket chose to strike, ambushing the team with a barrage of traps and Pokemon battles, seeking to end their quest for the artifact of Arceus. But Team Rocket had underestimated the bond between Pikachu and his friends, through a combination of Bulbasaur's strategic use of vines to disarm traps, Charmander's fiery assaults to counter the enemy Pokemon, and Squirtle's water attacks to disrupt their foes' formations. They turned the tide. Pikachu, with electrifying speed, led the charge, dismantling Team Rocket's schemes with precision and courage. In the end, Team Rocket was sent packing, their plans foiled by the teamwork and tenacity of Pikachu and his allies. As they crossed the chasm, using a bridge ingeniously crafted by Bulbasaur's vines and strengthened by Squirtle's water, the team looked back on the trials they had faced. Each challenge had brought them closer, their diverse strengths complementing each other in ways they could never have imagined. Ahead lay the mountains, their peaks now less daunting, not because the path had changed, but because the team had grown. They were more than just travelers on a quest. They were friends, bound by a shared journey and the trials they had overcome together. As night fell, they camped at the foot of the mountains, the stars above a silent testament to their journey so far. Their laughter and stories filled the air, a celebration of their victories and a moment of rest before the challenges ahead. Pikachu looked at his friends, their faces illuminated by the campfire's glow, and knew that, no matter what lay ahead, they would face it together. The quest for the artifact of Arceus was far from over, but for now they had triumphed, not just over their enemies, but over the doubts that had once threatened to divide them. Chapter 3: The Shadows of Doubt. The icy breath of the Unova Mountains greeted Pikachu and his team as they ventured higher, the once distant peaks now looming overhead like silent guardians of ancient secrets. The air was thinner, carrying the chill of unseen snows and the whisper of legends long buried under ice and time. Here, in this realm of eternal winter, the true test of their spirit awaited. The landscape was a tapestry of stark beauty, snow-draped pines, frozen lakes that mirrored the sky, and the relentless expanse of white that stretched beyond the horizon. But beneath this serene veneer, danger prowled. A blizzard descended upon them without warning, a howling tempest that seemed to erase the world around them. Visibility dropped to near nothingness, and the cold bit through their defenses, a reminder of nature's unforgiving power. In this white void, doubt began to seep into their hearts, like the cold through their fur and scales. Bulbasaur's steps grew hesitant, his knowledge of the land challenged by this alien terrain. Charmander's flame flickered in the icy gusts, a stark symbol of their vulnerability. Squirtle's jokes, once a source of levity, fell silent, muffled by the storm. Even Pikachu, ever the beacon of hope, found his resolve wavering as the path ahead vanished under layers of snow. It was in this moment of despair that Darkrai's shadow fell upon them, not through presence, but through influence, as if the storm itself was a manifestation of its power. Wild Pokémon, their eyes gleaming with malice, emerged from the blizzard, driven by Darkrai's will to test the intruders. Each battle, though victorious, left Pikachu and his team more drained, their unity frayed by fatigue and fear. The turning point came when they found shelter in a cave, a respite from the storm's fury. Here, in the quiet darkness, they confronted their doubts. Charmander spoke of the fire within him, dimmed by the cold, not of the world, but of fear. Squirtle admitted his humor was a mask, hiding his dread of failing those he cared about. Bulbasaur confessed his feeling of inadequacy, his wisdom seemingly futile against the forces they faced. Pikachu, listening to his friends, realized that Darkrai's true power lay not in its command of the night or the creatures that lurked within it, but in its ability to sow doubt. With a newfound understanding, Pikachu addressed his friends, his voice cutting through the darkness. We've faced storms before, maybe not of snow and ice, but of circumstance and challenge. Each time we've come through stronger, not because we never doubted, but because we never let doubt defeat us. We're here together, each of us a light against the dark. Together, we're a beacon, and no shadow, no matter how deep, can extinguish what we've built. Inspired by Pikachu's words, the team emerged from the cave with a renewed sense of purpose. They faced the storm again, but this time they saw it not as an enemy, but as a challenge to overcome. Charmander's flame burned brighter, fueled by his resolve. Bulbasaur's vines cleared the snow with newfound strength. Squirtle's laughter returned, a defiant sound against the howling wind, and Pikachu, leading them, felt the charge of hope in the air. As they ascended, the storm abated, as if yielding to their determination. The peak, once shrouded in impossibility, now stood within reach, and there, under the clear night sky, they encountered Darkrai, not as foes, but as witnesses to its loneliness, a shadow Pokemon lost in its own darkness. The confrontation was not one of battle, but of understanding. Pikachu reached out to Darkrai, offering a spark of the light they had nurtured among themselves. For a moment, the night seemed to hold its breath, and then gently Darkrai receded, not defeated but changed, leaving behind a whisper of gratitude and a path cleared towards their goal. As dawn broke, painting the snow in the hues of gold and pink, Pikachu and his team stood at the mountain summit, looking out at the world stretched below. They had conquered not just the mountain, but the doubts within, their bond a testament to the journey they had undertaken. The path ahead was clear, and though they knew the final challenges awaited, they also knew that together they could face any darkness, any storm, for in their hearts burned a light, kindled in the depths of a snowy cave that no shadow could dim. The quest for the artifact of Arceus continued, but now it was more than a mission. It was a testament to friendship, courage, and the power of light to guide the way through the darkest of nights. Chapter 4. The Final Confrontation. The journey of Pikachu and his team through the realms of ice and shadow had led them to the threshold of history itself. The ancient ruins hidden within the Kalos region, whispered in legends as the final resting place of the artifact of Arceus, now lay before them, cloaked in the golden light of dawn. The air was charged with a palpable sense of anticipation, as if the very stones awaited the resolution of a story centuries in the making. The ruins were a labyrinth of stone and mystery, their walls etched with the tales of a time when Pokemon and humans lived in harmony under the watchful gaze of Arceus. Each corridor, each chamber, was a piece in a puzzle that stretched back to the dawn of the Pokemon world. And at its heart, shielded by challenges and trials, lay the artifact, a beacon of balance and power. As they navigated the twisting passages, the team's unity and resolve were tested by puzzles that demanded not just intelligence, but an understanding of the ancient bond between Pokemon and the natural world. Bulbasaur's affinity with nature, Charmander's fiery heart, Squirtle's fluid adaptability, and Pikachu's electrifying spirit were all keys to unlocking the secrets that lay buried within the ruins. Yet, as they delved deeper, the shadow of Team Rocket loomed ever larger. The villainous Syndicate, having tracked the heroes to the ruins, unleashed their full might in a bid to claim the artifact. A cacophony of battles erupted in the echoing halls, a symphony of chaos as both sides clashed with a ferocity driven by the stakes of their quest. It was in the heat of these battles that the true strength of Pikachu and his team shone brightest. Each confrontation, each challenge was met not with foresight alone, but with the cunning and creativity that had brought them this far. And when the dust settled, Team Rocket was once again sent reeling, their ambitions dashed by the unwavering resolve of our heroes. But the greatest challenge awaited in the sanctum of the ruins, a chamber where the artifact of Arceus itself lay in wait. Here the air was thick with ancient magic, the walls aglow with ethereal light, and standing guard was no ordinary foe, but a test of heart and spirit manifested by the artifact itself, a guardian born of Arceus's power to judge those who sought its might. The battle was unlike any other, a trial that pushed Pikachu and his friends to the brink, demanding not just strength, but a demonstration of their understanding of balance, harmony, and the true essence of power. It was a test they passed, not through force, but through the purity of their intent and the strength of their bond, a testament to the journey that had forged them into more than just companions, but champions of the ideals Arceus itself had cherished. With the Guardian appeased and the final trial overcome, the artifact of Arceus was theirs to claim. Yet, in that moment of triumph, Pikachu and his team understood that the true power of the artifact was not in its dominion over the world, but in the balance it represented, a balance that they had embodied through their journey. Choosing to leave the artifact in its resting place, protected by the trials they had overcome, they emerged from the ruins not as conquerors, but as guardians of a legacy that stretched beyond them. The journey back to Pallet Town was a reflection, a chance to see the world they had saved through, eyes changed by their journey. As they arrived home, greeted by the familiar sights and sounds of Pallet Town, it was clear that while their quest had ended, the story of their journey would live on. In the hearts of those they had helped, in the tales that would be told of their adventure, and in the unbreakable bond they shared, Pikachu and his team had become a living testament to the power of friendship, courage, and the light that guides through darkness. And somewhere, in the silent sanctum of the ancient ruins, the artifact of Arceus remained, a beacon of balance in a world forever changed by the journey of a few brave souls who had dared to dream, to fight, and to stand together against the shadows of doubt. Their story, a reminder that the greatest power lies not in dominion over others, but in the unity that binds us all.